Hey guys, welcome back to Trader's Weekly Updates. So as you can see that on this week we don't have much news. We have some US dollar related news on Tuesday and Thursday, and then we have the GDP on Friday, and then we have a little bit of news on Euro on Thursday. So based on the information that we have, I would say that the most busy day of the week would be on Thursday if you're day trading, right? So let's move on to the market analysis. Let's start with UK as usual. So for the UK 100, if I were to switch it to a weekly time frame, we can see that the market has dropped last week, and this week it tried to recover, but it got rejected as well, right? So if we were to look at it based on the daily chart, we can see that the current floor is still unbroken, this area. In order for me to be fully bearish, I would prefer this area to be broken. So once this area is broken, if you actually set an alert, you can short all the way to 7380. But in order for me to be bullish, in order for me to go for a buy, it has got to retrace to at least a 7300 or 7230 areas. So the notes that I had for myself is that you're seeing a little bit of rejection around the 7460 areas to 7480 areas, and with the macroeconomics, on the Fed rate cuts and stuff, if the US dollar is going to drop, the UK 100 is going to drop as well. So let's move on to Hang Seng. So Hang Seng, I think last week I mentioned that I'm expecting the price to go sideways from this green area to this red area. Apparently, on Monday, the market dropped all the way to this green area and then got rejected. So this is a very bullish sign, and if you have long on maybe Wednesday or Thursday, right now you're actually in a ride, right? So for the next week, expect Hang Seng to continue to go up to retest the 29,000 area. So before we break the 29,000 area, it's not entirely bullish, but of course, if you want to have a better winning chance in the market on Monday, what you can do is you long the market on Monday, right? So let's go to the US markets. So the US market is, of course, it's not in a good shape, right? We're seeing rejection around 3020 for S&P 500, and we are currently at a pretty decent support, right? But I expect the market to drop a little bit more back to 2940 areas before it rebounds, right? It may eventually, or it may maybe drop all the way to 2900 before it goes up. But let's see what the market tells us. Of course, we have the Reserve interest rate coming this week, right? So what we want to do is we want to be a little bit cautious. But what I can say is that on the week ahead, 2945 to 2960 is a key area to watch. If this place holds, just go for a long right here. So the same goes for Dow Jones, just wait a little bit at a decent support area, somewhere around 266 00, and that's all about the US markets. For Australia 200, we are seeing a little bit of rejection, right? So what we can do is that we can plot a Fibonacci, and if you look for short, you can wait around the 6714 areas. But of course, if you short around there and it goes all the way up, then you might have to consider cutting losses. So I'm not sure how the Federal Reserve policy is going to impact the Australia 200. But what I can be sure is that if 6714 did not resist the bullishness, this indices is going to go way higher, right? So this is going to go way higher if 6714 did not resist the price. And that's all I have for weekly indices update. So for Bursa updates, I think the only counter that I see some potential for this week is the UCRES. So UCRES has gone up and got rejected, right? We are now at a pretty decent support level. 0.225 is pretty good and pretty good area for us to look for a potential buy to the 25 cents area. So if you want to play for a week or two, you can probably just queue like 22 cents and try to ride all the way to 25 cents or maybe 27 cents, right? So this is our highest counter, the highest possibility counter, which I think would give us a decent return in the short time frame. So that's all I have for this week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting this channel as usual. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.